How you doing? I'm Robert Black, president of Catoctin Mountain Orchard here in Thurmont, Maryland. Been a long-time member of IFTA. I'm going to give you a little bit of history, kind of our farm. My father had lived right beside the orchard here when he was a teenager. His father had died when my dad was 16, but Mr. Ira Kelball had the orchard here that we are on right now. Ira had no children, but he had asked Dad if he wanted to work for him back in the 30s on the weekends, on the evenings. And then he asked Dad to work there, so that was the start of things. Dad kind of really liked growing fruit, so he wasn't his father into it, so it was just good that Dad was kind of self-taught and he loved it. So anyway, that went on, and then he was looking to have his own farm. As I said, Mr. Kelball did not have any children. So Dad, or Mr. Kelball, said to Dad, he says, Harry, he said, if you will grow good crops, we will split the profits, and that's how you can buy this farm. So that's how Dad got the farm in 1961. We built a pond, we built a cold storage, and we just kept adding on more. It was very dry in the 60s. So in 3 more consecutive years, we built more ponds, all about an acre, and we're glad that we did that. And we've had plenty of water at that time, but now we've gone to trickle irrigation. All right, I wanted to let you know that my father started attending IFTA when it was in Michigan, only held in Michigan, but when it came to Hershey, Dad says, you're coming to the meeting. So when it came to Hershey, and I forget what year that was, but that's when I first started attending the meetings, meeting new friends, new growers from all over the country and in the world. It was just it's a great experience. So here now currently at the market, my sister and I are owners. My 2 granddaughters, Caitlin and Kylie, are both very active here. Caitlin's treasurer, Kylie's in charge of HR and the market. Pat is backed off a little bit, but she's still here very active and packing fruit almost every day. So we're growing all kinds of things. We have a bakery, a bake-off bakery. We've changed the market a little bit more, condensed it, give the customers more room to get around, added more products, but we're still growing about 26 acres of apples, 22 acres of peaches, probably 5 acres of cherries, 4 acres of plums of all varieties, 3 acres of apricots, black raspberries, about 4 acres, blackberries 1.5 acres, a lot of pick your own crops in the blueberries, but all kinds of good tasting apples. And that's what, and pick your own is really caught on and done very well. A lot of our current varieties we're growing right now would be Crimson Crisp. That's a kind of a new one. Galas. Of course, we like Fulford Gala. We don't like the all red Galas, but we like Fulford. We also are growing a Mountain Honey. It's an apple we found. We've never patented it, but looks like ambrosia, but it's not an ambrosia. So with that one, of course, we grow Stamen. A lot of people don't even hear about Stamen. Stamen is still a good mainstay apple here in the Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia area, even Pennsylvania. Stamen is still an apple that people like. Some of the other ones we like are, of course, Pink Lady. We grow some Maslin Pink Lady. We're also growing Granny Smith. Granny Smith is still very popular, and we grow Cortland here. We're a little bit too far south to grow Macintosh, but we're doing Cortland here. And all those varieties have been very good for our pick your own. That's been a new thing. I got to think it's probably been 7 or 8 years that we started high density. And we started at 4 foot, at 14 feet, and now we're down to 3 foot or sometimes 2.5 feet, about 12 feet. Gives you about a little over 1,200 trees at the acre. We like this system. We're using stabilizer wire. That's what we like. Dwight Balker and ourselves, we talk quite a bit, and we like the stabilizer wire system. It works for us. Easy to prune, It can be forgiving, don't have as many wires, but we love it. Our customers love it. For pick your own, it's working very well for us. I do want to get back and give credit to IFTA. When Dad started taking me along, we started going all over the place. California, Fresno area, Washington State, and just meeting new people. Michigan, I've known growers out there because I attend a lot of the meetings there in Grand Rapids. But the IFTA always gave us the top people that were growing some of the neatest things and concentrating, just trellising. We're not doing quite what they do in Washington State, but it works what we're doing here on the East Coast for us. But it was just meeting all those folks, and some of my fondest memories was Washington State, and we would visit Grady Allville, and we just stopped in. We told him we were coming, and when he comes in, he says, "Sit down." He says, "Would you like some fresh Cameo applesauce? We make chunky applesauce." And he said, so I'm sitting in Grady Allville's living room eating applesauce. I mean, that's experiences like that, and just meeting other folks, Jim Fleming, Doyle Fleming, all those folks out there who are always eager to share what they were doing. And I guess that's why I share the knowledge, because I've gained knowledge from so many other folks. New York, you start naming everywhere. I mean, we've traveled around, and it's IFTA because you travel with a group that just seems to hang together with all the knowledge. Mo Tugas, my goodness, all the things that he's done and all that. So I'm going to miss somebody, but Evan Milburn, him and Dad traveled, they would always go to IFTA when it first started. So I got to give credit to Evan Milburn. And then, of course, our great friend, Steve Blizzard. When we went down to New Zealand and Australia, and Steve was our host. But whoa, what a host. We had a great time with Steve Blizzard down there. So it's been good, and we still meet more friends. And I was in New York this past winter, met some more new friends up there. So it was just great. So I got to give credit for what we're doing to IFTA. I will say I was lucky to be on the board at IFTA, and that was a great experience for me. And I've been on the Rootstock Research Committee with Gary Mount. I got to give credit for Gary, because it's just been you got to hear some of the newest technologies or newest techniques from everywhere. And give credit to old Tom Allville. Tom Allville, they were always ahead of us usually, but he would say, well, that's some good things to try or not to try. But it was good to see some of the neatest research that was going on. I will say with the board, I didn't go up there to be president, but I enjoyed my time at the board. Met a lot of people there as well. We'll say that they did make a change. They started to add some retail marketing in the tour. And I thought that was good, because there's many of us in retail marketing, and we have some things to offer. Not that it's a little different in the wholesale market, and you're dealing a whole different complex of marketing. But the retail markets, we've been to a lot of great places. Ed Weaver's, I mean, just a lot of folks. Mo Tugas, we were up there. We couldn't even get the buses up there in the winter time, but we all walked up there and had a great time. It was snowing while Jim Shoup was talking about pruning, and but that's how we do it. It goes on. So a lot of fond memories with all the great tours. Out at Brochies, I remember out at Brochies, I never seen so much elevation change in one orchard, and how you could time your crop. So we were just fortunate and just blessed that we were able to travel with just some great people and had a lot of fun. I would like to talk a little bit about our own marketing. We are blessed to be right along Route 15. We have access. Many times we've actually had I believe we had 3 tours here, one in the summer and 2 in the winter. It was so foggy, and we actually seen a deer get hit along Route 15 one foggy morning, so we do have deer here. But our marketing here is mostly retail. We do wholesale to a few customers that do tailgates down in DC and Virginia. I'm also in the school lunch program, and we give kids good apples to eat. We grow no Red Delicious. I know some people are cringing when I say that. We grow no Red Delicious. So and I don't like Honeycrisp regular. I do like Premier. I'm going to say that for our region. Premier does much better than regular Honeycrisp. But then we give kids Galas, good Crimson Crisp, good Fuji, Pink Ladies, you name it, Somerset. We like some of the Midwest Apple Improvement varieties have done well for us. And of course, Evercrisp. That's still, I've kept them 14 months as a test with only at 34 degrees. And they change a little bit of taste, but still good, hard, and crunchy. And we want to promote good, noisy, crunchy apples. That's what people want. And we do a lot of retail with all kinds of varieties of plums, apricots, peaches. That's what our thing is, to try to have a variety of good tasting fruit for folks to enjoy.
Bob, which way is the Mason-Dixon line?
Mason-Dixon line is a little bit further north yet. A little further north.
So are you in the south here?
We're south here. We're right, so we're not Yankees or Rebels. We're in between.
Okay.